And we welcome you to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Tonight, Video Productions presents exciting high school basketball. It's the Highlanders from Huntington, 7-4, taking on the Beckley Flying Eagles. They are 5-6. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. And right now, Eric, these teams are kind of headed in two different directions. Huntington, as I mentioned on top, they are 7-4. They've won 3 in a row. They've won 5 of their last 6. On the flip side, Beckley, they are 5-6. They've lost the last 2 games. They lost a tough one to Shady on the road on Tuesday, and then we were here a couple weeks ago, and they lost on this floor to George Washington. The one bright spot for Beckley, they do have Elijah Redfern back in the lineup.
Yeah, but you're right, though. You want to right the ship here with this could be a big win and a feather in your cap against this tough opponent. You know, when these teams were both in the MSAC, this game usually, if you won this game, you usually played in the championship of the MSAC when they were both in it. And this is going to be a tough outing for the Flying Eagles tonight.
And, you know, Eric, one of the things over the years, the one thing Beckley, when people heard Beckley basketball, the one thing people always talked about is how well they play on the defensive end of the floor. Now, I don't really think that has been the case with this particular team this particular year. But here's something as I was preparing for this game, and I noticed through 11 games, the magic number for Beckley to win games against in-state opponents was 70. When Beckley ever got to 70 or more, they won about 85% of those games. This year, they've only got to 70 one time, 70 or more one time, and that was in their 71-46 win over University in the game in which Elijah Redfern got hurt.
Yeah, and you're right. I remember that game. The offensive was flowing really well in that contest. And the thing you have with Elijah back, that gives you the ability to beat people off the dribble, and it's going to open up shots and spacing for the other shooters.
And, of course, I think you would agree with this. If you're Beckley as a team, if you're going to score only in the mid-60s, then you've got to be able to play lock-up defense and hold the other team into the lower 60s or the high 50s.
Yeah, and the thing with this Beckley team, you know, outside of not scoring the basketball like Beckley basketball is used to, I think that the Achilles heel of this team up to this point is rebounding. They did a good job, a couple of possessions against Shady in their last game of holding them to a poor shot, but unable to get the rebound. And anytime you won and done, if you can win a team, that gives you an extra offensive possession and takes them away. So if Beckley playing this athletic Huntington team, as I'm watching, in warm-ups, every other player's above the rim, dunking the basketball. So this is going to be a stern test from a hot Huntington Highlander team.
And, Eric, just what I was talking about, just use these last 2 games for an example. Beckley, they only gave up 60 points to George Washington, but they only scored 57, end up losing. The other night at Shady, they gave up 83. They scored 67, but they gave up 83. And at one point, they were down in that game by 20. I think they got to get off to a fast start, and I think this is going to be an entertaining game because, as you mentioned, Huntington is perhaps the most athletic team that you and I have seen this season.
Yeah, not perhaps. I will go on record in the games I've done, I don't see any team that matches them athlete for athlete. I mean, they have guys that, two-sport guys, real good football players that crosses over into basketball. And when you play football, and I think it gives you an extra aggression. I just like the way they defend. They get up in you. They're going to make you beat them off the bounce. And they're just a real fun team to watch.
When you and I first saw Huntington, they had a losing record. Like I said, since then, they've won 3 in a row, 5 of the last 6. In their last game, they held St. Albans to only 39 points. And St. Albans is a very good team. They beat St. Albans 64-39.
And we saw that St. Albans team, and up until before we saw Huntington, that was the team we said was the most athletic team that we had saw. So by doing that to St. Albans, a team that went to GW, and I don't care if it was a last-second shot or whatever, but you go up on the hill and beat GW, you're a formidable team.
That's why I say this is a very important game for both teams, but really for Beckley for multiple reasons. One, it's a home game. For 2, to try to snap this 2-game losing streak. And also, like I said, this is the first game of the second half of the season.
Yeah, and it's a big game, but as you said, you got to keep it within reason. You know, all your eggs are not in the basket on this, but it would be that's a nice feather in your cap to kick off the second half of the season with a win.
And this would be a real quality win. Both teams going through the warm-ups. We'll have the game for you at the bottom of the hour. We'll take our first break. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
And we're a little more than 10 minutes away from getting the ball game started tonight between Huntington 7-4 and Beckley 5-6. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal. Infinity Coal operates an underground mine, a surface mine, and a preparation plant, and they have it in Raleigh and Wyoming counties. You can apply for a job with Infinity Coal. You can apply online through the Facebook page at United Coal Company, or you can pick up an application at the Guard Shack located at Independence Road in Sophia. Also, the game here tonight brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating, and the number that you need to know is 304-253-HELP for Modley's. Well, Eric, both teams continuing to go through their warm-ups, and like I said, you and I saw Huntington about 2 or 3 weeks ago in the New River Community and Technical College Invitational, but a different team and a different record since we saw them last.
Yeah, and you know, one thing we didn't take into consideration with their early season woes, they ran deep into the football playoffs. Semifinals, I mean, so, you know, basketball muscles versus football, football conditioning versus basketball conditioning, totally different. So probably just now getting into a groove.
Yeah, you know, and I think obviously any coach, you want to win as many games you can, but the way the season is set up, you want to be able to play in your best basketball toward the end of the season than at the beginning of the season. Yes, if you're the basketball coach, you like to have all your guys intact, but it looked like it took them a while, and now, as I mentioned, where they've won 5 of the last 6, it looks like they may have hit their stride.
Yeah, and basketball is a big momentum thing, you know, and that's what we're talking about on the flip side for Beckley. All it takes is one quality win to get you, you know, not your self-doubt. I'm not saying they don't believe in themselves, but, you know, winning breeds winning. And that's right now. Huntington's on a roll and playing great basketball. And Beckley's trying to get back in that groove of, you know, that they only had one game with their complete team. And before the other night, so maybe they can get back in the groove tonight.
Well, Eric, this is the first of 3 straight home games where maybe Beckley can right the ship if they can get this big win. They have their arch rival Greenbrier East in here on Tuesday that we'll have on video productions, a team Beckley's already beaten. Then next week will be a big week because they play Bluefield back-to-back nights, Friday here in Beckley, and then they go to Bluefield next Saturday, and that's because of a makeup day. So, you figure you got Huntington, you got Greenbrier East, you got Bluefield. Bluefield is what's up the next 4 games.
Yeah, and we all know that Bluefield, matter of fact, we saw Bluefield against this Huntington team, and Huntington had to pull away twice. Bluefield matched them athlete for athlete, a great double-A team, ranked 3rd in double-A, and it can play with anybody in all 4 classes. So Bluefield's a tough out.
And I think they proved that beating Shady decisively by 16 points on their home court. So, that's kind of like an NBA back-to-back. Beckley and Bluefield going to go at it here in Beckley on Friday and then turn around within 24 hours and then going to go at it down at the Brushfork Armory in Blue Well.
Yeah, home and home, right?
Yes.
Hey, all you got to do is pick up. Hey, remember what they did last night? Let's not let them do it tonight.
Yeah. Well, anyway, both teams continue to go through the warm-ups. It's Beckley and Huntington. Beckley 5-6, Huntington 7-4. We'll take our second break. Come back, and we're about 8 to 10 minutes away from tipping this game, and we'll have it for you here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. And don't forget, we have one of the largest selections of inventory to help find you that perfect ride. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
We're dealing!
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Beckley get ready to take on Huntington. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, the old country store located in Princeton and Beckley. And Cracker Barrel, love me some pigs from Cracker Barrel. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Edward Jones, your financial advisor. You can call Heather Cantley at 304-254-9995. Eric, before we get into this men's game, We want to tell you about the Beckley Ladies Flying Eagle women. They won this afternoon. They beat Jefferson County down in St. Albans, 64-49. Quality win for Brian Neighbors and his staff.
Yeah, much needed win too. And the girls have been working hard, getting better each game, and trying to just get better before section time.
So we know Beckley wants to play fast. We know how athletic Huntington is. So what are we going to have, a track meet up and down the floor?
No, I actually think that Beckley's going to have to pick its spots. I don't think they really match up well in a track meet with Huntington.
Now, well, you and I talked about this when we saw the Huntington-Princeton game, and we were looking forward to it. We knew this game was on our calendar that you and I were going to do, and we both thought maybe, I know Beckley doesn't play a lot of zone, very rarely, but could that change here this evening, that because of how athletic Huntington is and the way Huntington takes defenders off the dribble because they are so much quicker and athletic than most teams they play, will Beckley try to body him up man-to-man, considering that the last time Beckley was out, Amar Maxwell went off for 30 points when they tried to guard him man-to-man.
Yeah, and you know what? And as athletic as Amar Maxwell is, I don't think he can match the athleticism of like a Michael Johnson for Huntington. That's not to take anything away from Maxwell, because this Johnson kid is just, he's just a complete athlete. He can play football at a high level and basketball at a high level. So do you think Beckley will go more zone here tonight?
Hey,
I don't know if that's in their bag of tricks tonight, but maybe a little matchup zone. But that's what I would do. I would try to make Huntington shoot over top. I think if there is a weakness in the Huntington team, it's consistent three-point shooting. They're more of a streaky kind of team. Other than Clark, I think Jaden Clark can knock it down probably mostly consistently. But I would take my chances, have them shoot it over top and rebound out of the zone.
Yeah, I think where Huntington's best is when they turn you over and they run out in transition and get their athletic guys out in the open court.
And that's one thing I don't worry about as much with the ball handlers now, especially with Elijah Redfern back. Sometimes you might pick your poison on that end if you do try to maybe press, you don't get that initial steal. Beckley could be shooting layups on the other end.
So it's Beckley and Huntington going through their final warm-ups. We'll take our final break, come back and get you ready for the tip at the bottom of the hour. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert Z. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
Beckley and Huntington, tonight's game brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes. They're having a Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday, February the 10th from 10 p.m. to midnight. $17 per person, $32 a couple. To reserve your lane, you can call Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328. Also, the ball game brought to you in part by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of high school sports in the great state of West Virginia. For all your heating and cooling needs, you can dial up the good folks at Indoor Air, your Amana dealer, at 304-890-2212. Well, Eric, we're just about 5 minutes away from getting the ball game tipped. If you are in the Huntington locker room, what do you think is being said to the Huntington players?
Rebound that basketball and get out and run and try to run Beckley out of the building early.
And if you're Coach Ron Kidd?
You got to weather the storm, and you got to get some good offensive possessions early on. And I think a key is not Elijah Redfern in this first quarter. I think you got to make sure Kobe Dillon can get some open shots, some open looks from three.
Yeah, I think it's important to get other players involved. I know Elijah Redfern came in, to that Shady game after he missed all that time, about 5 weeks. He was averaging 28 a game, and he had a big game of 26 the other night. But, between three players, between Hawthorne, Kobe Dillon, and Preston Clary, they only got 22 points in the other night at Shady between the three. They've got to have other people to help the scoring load if Beckley, I think, is going to win this game tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And they have to have that same production that they got out of Jalen Walton, who really took over the third quarter and got Beckley within striking distance before Shady was able to get another run going.
Yeah, I think it's good. Walton's been around the basket. I think he can get a lot of the other team's bigs in foul trouble because he's been very good in the low post.
And he's been able to get to the free. You're right. And that's what you got to do is get it down low and try to get into foul trouble.
So while Eric was talking, the basketball came over and the official was kidding him. He's like telling Eric to have a little bit more arc on the ball. But I'm surprised Eric, instead of throwing it back to the player, I'm surprised he didn't try to shoot it.
I didn't want the kid from Huntington to see me drain it right there.
Well, maybe Eric would have stepped up and shot an air ball, and he didn't want the kid from Huntington to see that he can't shoot it no more.
That's right.
All right, well, we're moments away as we're going through the final warm-ups of these teams. And, Eric, like I said, this is a big stretch for Beckley. They have Greenbrier East on Tuesday, which Beckley has had a lot of success against the teams from not just their section but their region, which they've already beat East on the road. They beat Oak Hill at home by 2. They've already beaten Princeton, so coming up later in the year, they'll have to go to Princeton. They'll have to go to Oak Hill. We talked about, even though Bluefield is in a different class, they've got to play home and away next weekend. They've also got a trip to Charleston when they play Bridgeport in February. And I may have their schedule here. I know I'm not giving those in order. I know they got to go to Buchanan. They also will play Parkersburg South and Capital here at games that you and I will have.
Yeah, and I think they have Bridgeport, like you just said, at that West Virginia State.
They do on February 6th.
Yep.
They got to go to Buchanan. It says here on this schedule on the 13th, but I think that's been changed to the 17th because Saturday the 17th, Eric, is the day that you and I will have the Raleigh County Middle School Championships, and I think Beckley's on the road that day at Buchanan.
Yeah, and that's an exciting time to talk about that Raleigh County Middle School Championship. It was a good atmosphere, great day of basketball.
So now we're just about under a minute and running the clock down. We've had 2 games already, and Tech went 1-1. The Tech women's team lost to Southeast Indiana by the score of 70-60, but the men's team won their 15th game. They won 90-75. So there's the warning buzzer. Teams going to the respective benches. Beckley, of course, will wear the home white trimmed in maroon. Huntington wearing the traveling green uniforms. with white trimmed in gold. The Highlanders, consolidation, Huntington and Huntington East.
Yeah, two big AAA schools consolidating, to make this Huntington team. They've had a lot of success since consolidating, winning multiple state basketball championships.
So let's see if we're going to have the playing of the national anthem. I think we probably will have, since we have separate crowds, and we will. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll give you the starting lineups and get ready for the start of the game, and we'll do it on the other end of this break here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford. Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at MidstateFordWV.com.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. And Huntington, the head coach, Lambrosis Savinos. And for Huntington, as they introduce their starting five, Eric, we've got Michael Johnson. We talked about, we know how athletic he is. Michael Johnson also will be Avante Crawford in the starting lineup. Tavon Chandler, Jaden Clark, and Tavon Wilson will be the starting five for Huntington as they make their way out onto the court. For Beckley, they're going to change their lineup a little bit. 4 of the 5 that started on Tuesday against Shady will start, but they will have a different starter. They're going to put in Nazir King into the lineup. He will start, and Preston Clary will have a seat. So Beckley will go with Zion Hawthorne, Kobe Dillon, Jalen Walton, Elijah Redfern, and Nazir King will be the starters for Beckley.
Yeah, shaking it up a little bit, and I think you need to put Nazir King in this lineup right here for, he plays tough defense, a little foul prone, but he gives you good quality minutes, and I think this is a good insert into the starting lineup.
I would agree, Eric, because to add to that, Preston Clary has come on, but he's had moments where maybe he's had a little setback because he's also playing JV.
Yes.
So he's trying to grow as a player. But I agree. I think King, even though sometimes maybe not the offensive player you look for, he's been guarding the other team's usually the best player, and he's been a good defender, and he's very athletic.
And he's good on the glass.
Yes.
I think
rebounder.
Great rebounder, good on the glass for Beckley. And what you have to do now is we kept talking about Michael Johnson. I forgot about Avante Crawford, too, as well. You talking about, the great I think he played QB for the football team. Just athlete after athlete.
Well, athlete, you look 2 years ago, I guess it would be, in 2022, Huntington won the football championship, and this past year they made it to the semifinals. So they've had 2 real deep runs the last 2 seasons.
Knocked out by eventual state champion, too. So, it's not like they, when they lost, they lost to the eventual state champion.
So it'll be Walton in the center circle for Beckley, and he'll jump against Johnson for Huntington. And we are underway. Ball is in the air, and the tip is controlled by Huntington. They're going to the basket to our left. Huntington 7-4, Beckley 5-6. And, Eric, what we talked about, maybe Beckley going to go a little zone maybe?
You know, it's Beckley. This is man-to-man.
Man-to-man. They look like a zone right off the bat, but no, they're going to go man-to-man.
I guess they're going to not get as, stay in front of the ball carrier.
Ball handler, yeah. And here's Johnson. And Redfern is going to draw Johnson on the defensive end of the floor. Here's a three. Good. That's Johnson. He dials up a 3-ball on the game's first possession.
And that's one thing. If you're Beckley, if they can knock them down like that, that's going to be tough night because you know how good they are at slashing and getting to the rim as Huntington comes out in man-to-man as well.
Kobe Dillon had 11 points the other night against Shady. He drives. Hawthorne back to Dillon. And Johnson's going to take Redfern. Hawthorne for three. Got it. A splashdown. Hawthorne dials up a three.
So back-to-back threes for the teams to start the game. And this is going to be an intense game. Defensively, whoever can get a few stops early may have the upper hand.
Good ball movement for Huntington. Here's a three from the near corner. Doesn't go. That three that time was put up by Crawford. Here's King.
Can't be lazy with that pass. That pass was almost stolen.
Yeah, Huntington's too quick, too athletic. You better have crisp passes.
Well, I think early on I see what Huntington's defensive pressure is going to do. They're going to run Kobe Dillon off of that three-point line. As Jaden Clark has drawn that assignment. And
So Kobe Dillon on the drive. As soon as you say that, Eric, is you're right. They run him off the three-point line. So Kobe Dillon does something that you don't normally see him do, put it on the deck, attack the rim for the bucket.
He doesn't do it often, but he shoots a good percentage. When he does it, he picks his spot. That is what he has to do if they're going to try to force him off that three-point line.
And here's another thing. We figure this game's going to have a game of runs as Walton gets a steal. Beckley scored 5 in a row. And we're 3 minutes into the ball game. Redfern I thought for a minute he got away with it, but nope, he didn't. And he took the big step without saying, "Mother, may I?"
Yeah, I think he may have turned that ankle a little bit.
As he turns the ball over.
Yes.
So that's Beckley's first turnover of the ball game.
We're going to have to check in on this ankle right now for Redfern. Elijah Redfern has turned that ankle. That's going to be a tough task guarding Johnson.
Yeah, it's tough when you're at full strength, but he's grimacing a little bit. They work the ball to Johnson now. He'll dial up a three. It doesn't go, but a nice offensive rebound and a putback by Crawford. It won't go.
Did you see Crawford climb the ladder for that rebound, though?
And then Walton does the same for the Beckley rebound.
Dillon.
Kobe Dillon for three. Kaboom!
Good transition offense right there for Beckley as they get the ball out. And good, better, best. Now, I know I repeat that, but that's something that was instilled in me in junior high. Make that extra pass because it usually leads to an open shot.
Beckley on an 8-0 run right now. Here's Johnson with it, whips a pass inside. Beckley's right now, I think their defense through this first half of the first quarter has been really good.
The intensity of it, and they're communicating, and that's the key. They're dialed in.
Johnson shaking and baking into the lane, puts up the bank shot. It won't go. They tip it around. Huntington on the offensive boards, and Walton clears the rebound.
Not only did Walton get a block and a rebound, forced a bad shot.
Redfern has his pocket pick from behind. The ball's loose. And what do we got? We got a timeout by Huntington. So Beckley turns it over. This will be a 30-second timeout, I do believe. It is a 30 after Huntington scored the first three with a Johnson three ball. Beckley's rattled off 8 in a row. And while we got a minute, we want to tell you about Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Today's game brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. And this is the number you need to know, 253-HELP. That's 304-253-HELP for Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Well, Eric, I think if you're Beckley through the first half of this first quarter, especially the way they've been on the defensive end, because I think that's led to their good shooting on the offensive end, I think Beckley coaching staff have to be very pleased here early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you said it at the top of the broadcast, and it's not been not only not great Beckley offense, but the defense is what Beckley always hung their hat on, through the program's history. And too many easy driving lanes against Shady in that last game. I mean, nothing, like you said, Maxwell pretty much
dominated
did what he
him.
wanted to on the offensive end.
So out of the timeout, Huntington has it. Johnson shaking and baking. Here's a 3-ball. It's good. That's a good-looking shot that time for Chandler.
Tavion Chandler dials it up, and Huntington's 2 of 4 from 3. But if you're Beckley, I'll take my chances with that.
Redfern, a tough drive. The ball might have been partially blocked. Here's Huntington with numbers and a run out, and we got a whistle and got a Beckley foul. And really, it's probably better that Beckley had the foul because Huntington was going to get a layup out of that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be whistled on Kobe Dillon.
Yep.
That'll be his first.
That's the first foul of the ball game.
And good, good transition foul. You don't want, your guys to get fouls, but didn't give them a chance to make the shot either.
Here's Johnson, shoots for the lead. It's short, and Walton clears the rebound. Pass ahead, King drives to the basket, puts it up and in. King with a nice catch. The pass was great by Redfern.
Thank you. What a great look.
Yes.
Kind of looked at Kobe, looked the defender off. Kobe Dillon was running down the right side, and that was a dime.
It was a great pass, but a nice job by King to able to maintain it and able to finish. Here's a 3. Chandler will dial it up again.
Another no look.
King got the body contact and got the hoop, and he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
And Elijah Redfern is being a facilitator. Another good no look. Looking at across court to Zion Hawthorne, drops it down to King, and King finishes with a chance to polish off a 3-point play.
So King at the free throw line. He's already paid dividends of being inserted into the starting lineup here this evening, and he cannot connect on the free throw. The lead will stay at 3. There's a 3-ball for Huntington. That's in and out, no good. Walton with yet another rebound. Back the other way. Hawthorne off the glass, too strong. King had the tip, it wouldn't go, and Huntington has numbers. Johnson in the open floor, tacks the basket, doesn't go, and there's the nice follow-in, and that's good that time. Putting that in is Crawford. Dillon a little floater on the baseline. It won't go. Huntington back the other way. This is a lot of fun, Eric. Well, I thought the game would be is Redfern with the steal.
And Huntington had a chance for their first lead. That's going to be a block.
Yeah.
Good
Chandler.
Good transition. I think that's going to be on Chandler.
Yeah, will be. Incidental contact, but nevertheless you got to call it as he tripped Redfern. Redfern with a nice steal in front of us.
Good anticipation by Redfern. And as you stated, this game is definitely up and down. A lot of fun.
Trying to run Kobe Dillon off a screen. Hawthorne will dial it up from 3, and he'll hit. Hawthorne, his second 3 of the quarter.
Yeah, shot it with confidence, and to give Beckley a 4-point lead in the quarter.
Coming up on 1 minute remaining here in this opening quarter. Good job by King with the steal as he hedged out. Going in, and Johnson out of nowhere blocks it. What great athletic skill by Johnson to swat that away. King inside for the layup, though.
Hey, I had to smile. That was an amazing block, but way to stay with it, Nazir King, as you got the easy layup off of another dime by Elijah Redfern.
So Huntington calls a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with him. Be right back here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, treasurer.
Out of the timeout, it'll be Huntington's ball. Beckley with their largest lead right here at 6. And is a great play as it was by Michael Johnson on a tremendous block. Beckley still able to stay with it, and King has really played big dividends by being put into the starting lineup here tonight.
Yeah, you sometimes, take advantage of your opportunities. Let's see what Huntington draws up out of this timeout, which, I don't understand the timeout call, but maybe this is a big possession that they feel with a lot of game to be played. That was a quick 2 timeouts.
Johnson from 17, it's short. Offensive rebound, the putback is good and a foul. Nice job that time by Chandler, and Walton will commit the foul. Malachi Falk will also be into the Huntington lineup. He came in during that timeout. As Chandler's had a good first quarter, he'll try to polish off a 3-point play.
Yeah, Chandler with 2 long balls and a 3 the hard way. If he's able to polish this off, will be a 9-point quarter.
And he does. So probably last shot time for Beckley here in the opening quarter, down to 15 seconds remaining in it.
Yeah, and if you're Beckley, that you're playing with house money with the lead right here, dial up something good. Try to get a good shot off here.
Redfern on the drive, leans in, has a shot blocked. Ball tipped around, and that'll do it for quarter number 1. At the end of 1, it's Beckley 17, Huntington 14. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this on Video Productions.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. And don't forget, we have one of the largest selections of inventory to help find you that perfect ride. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
We're dealing! When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
That's just my opinion.
And we welcome you back to Beckley as we're ready to start the second quarter. You might have caught the tail end of that from Eric as he was saying that Beckley's first quarter strategy was really good, forcing Huntington to shoot from behind the arc.
Yeah, it's kind of pick your poison, and the poison that they chose for Huntington right there is try to force them to shoot threes, but Huntington was up to the task because they knocked down 3 long balls and got a 3-point play the old-fashioned way right at the end of the quarter to cut the lead. It was 17-11 to cut it to 3.
So Beckley has the first possession of the second quarter. Redfern into the lane. Shot rolls around and won't stay down for him. And Huntington back the other way. Johnson got going so fast he forgot the ball. There's a drive into the lane off the glass and in. That's a beautiful play that time. Wilson.
Tavion Wilson with the drive. And right now,
King
that's a
leans
double dribble
in,
they missed.
puts the shot up and in. Boy, King has had a big first quarter and now a nice play to start the second quarter.
Yeah, he leads all scorers with 8.
King is normally one of the first guys off the bench. He was inserted into the starting lineup by Beckley coach Ron Kidd here tonight.
Yeah, no, excuse me. Tavion Chandler for Huntington has 9, and he has the ball.
Michael Johnson, stop, 15-footer. And I think if you're Beckley, you can live with Johnson taking that shot.
Yeah, but you can't continually give up 2 possessions.
Yeah, when he misses, you got to get the rebound. There's a drive into the lane, got a push on Walton.
And that's a big foul because that's Walton's second.
Yeah.
And look for him to probably come off the floor. He's going to get Drew Fitzwater inserted into the lineup.
And in this quarter, that's Beckley's third foul. And we're just a minute and 15 seconds into the quarter, and Beckley's got 3 team fouls.
Yeah, Huntington has 2. So we went from not a lot of fouls in the first quarter to the intensity of this game.
I don't know what we got. I think they had I'm not really sure. The officials, I know we've had clock issues all day. I don't know if it's a clock issue or not.
Oh, no, there's no fouls. Just one. Okay, they didn't clear out the free.
That's what it was. They didn't clear it out. So, because I didn't think they had it, so that's only the first foul of the quarter. Because I was going to say, we only played a minute and 15 seconds.
I was going to say, and I only had 3 strokes.
So everybody's all over it. I guess they got caught up into the game. They forgot to set it back to 0, right? I can see how that could happen.
Yes.
As entertaining as that first quarter was. They get the ball in the low post. Johnson, they triple team him. Chandler will dial it up for 3. It doesn't go, and Fitzwater had it, and ball knocked out of his hands, but it goes right over to Elijah Redfern. Redfern races down the floor, scoops it up and in with the left hand. Elijah Redfern.
And that's his first points, and that bodes well if you're Beckley with the lead and your leader only has 2. But a lot of contact and a strong finish by Redfern on that drive.
Here's a 3 for Huntington. It's good. That 3 ball knocked down by Clark. It seems like Beckley gets a little breathing room, and then Huntington right back on him. Redfern for 3, and that's short. Huntington with the chance to tie or regain the lead. 3 ball by Chandler, and its long rebound comes out to Hawthorne. Hawthorne attacks the basket.
Charge.
Yep. They called a block. And I was with you, Eric. It looked like Hawthorne just ran. We watched the replay. It looked like he just ran over the defender. Defender's clearly planted, and Hawthorne got charge. He got a break on that. He clearly ran over the defender.
And they called it on the shot.
Yeah. So that's like a double break.
That's 2 breaks right there for Beckley. But you know what? They don't always get them all right. It was bang, bang, but you got to make them pay at the free throw line. When you get a chance to get there.
Hawthorne, an 85% free throw shooter, and he makes the first one. So Hawthorne with a chance now, and he's had a good game. The other night at Shady, he didn't even score in the first half. He finished with 8, which is 6 below his average. The average is 14. That average probably will come down a little bit and he misses 1 of 2.
He's not used to not having all his teammates at the free throw line so they can see him make the shot.
And now it looks like Beckley's going to play a little zone here, Eric.
Yeah, here we go. And we said that they may incorporate this. And
can Huntington find the soft spot in the Beckley zone? They go down low. They double team the ball. Here's a 3 for Clark. It's short. And that's a great recipe, what Beckley just did right there. Redfern attacks the basket, finds a wide open Kobe Dillon for 3. It's good.
What an assist by Elijah Redfern as Huntington burns another timeout.
Yeah, it's Huntington's 3rd timeout as we'll go to break. Watch the replay.
What eyes in the back of his head as Kobe catch and shoot.
Splash down. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state Senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
This equals the largest lead of the game, a 6-point advantage. Beckley led 17-11 by 6 in the first quarter. The lead's 6 now, 25-19. And Elijah Redfern had a couple of nice plays. especially that one as he was able to find Kobe Dillon on the trail, and Kobe Dillon able to spot up behind the arc and drain the three.
The one thing we need to say about Elijah Redfern that is not spoken a lot, he sees the floor and passes the ball as well as anybody around. All you got to do is find the spot.
Well, Eric, I think you'll agree with this. I think sometimes you're Beckley. Elijah Redfern can score. I mean, he averaged 28, got 26 the other night. But sometimes Beckley as a team will be better when other players get involved and he doesn't have to score as much. And there's a nice defensive play by Beckley.
That ball bounced off of Elijah's face.
Yeah, Redfern hit him in the face.
Yeah, good defense. At an expense, though. I mean, that ball was thrown 100 miles an hour right into Kissel.
Redfern, a little mid-range shot too strong, and he missed everything on that. And Chandler comes back the other way for Huntington. Chandler attacks the basket, goes up and in. Count if it goes, and it's a Beckley foul, and the foul's on Redfern.
Yeah,
that was an explosive play to the basket.
And that was Chandler getting to the rim for two and another chance to polish off a three-point play.
Watch the replay here. Look at this explosion to the hoop.
Yeah, Elijah Redfern was just late on that one. Let me give you a stat on Chandler if he's able to polish this off.
And the free throw on its way, and it is good.
He scored everything in threes. He hit the first 2 threes of the game for Huntington, and his last 2 buckets were three-point plays.
And just like that, Eric, they cut the lead in half. Like I said, it seems like when Beckley might be maybe extending the lead, Huntington comes right back. Dillon into the lane. The ball's loose. Beckley turns it over. There's a layup for Huntington, and it's good as that's Clark. Jaden Clark with the bucket.
5 points in the quarter for Clark as they cut the Beckley lead from 25-19 to 25-24, just like that.
Right, a 5-point run. Here's King, spins. King puts the shot up. He got too far up under the basket, and he hit up underneath. And now Huntington with a chance to regain the lead. Johnson, great move to the basket, up and in. A beautiful play by Johnson.
And now Beckley needs a timeout.
A 7-0 Huntington run, and Huntington has regained the lead. Look at this finish by Johnson. Wow. Full timeout. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, treasurer.
Huntington on a 7-0 run, and Eric, that last play by Michael Johnson is one of the better individual plays I've seen all year.
Yeah, he's got 5 points in the game, but the way he split defenders and to use the reverse layup was a thing of beauty.
So like I said, it seemed like Beckley was like maybe pulling away. Now Huntington with the momentum, scoring 7 in a row. They get the ball inside to Walton. Here's Hawthorne on the drive, a little floater into the lane, partially blocked, and the ball's out of bounds over to Huntington.
Yeah, and the thing on that possession, Walton got the ball deep. Go up, be more offensive.
And that might be why he's coming out of the game.
Well, I think that was offense for defense, maybe because of the 2 fouls, but you got to shoot that shot.
Yeah, when you get the ball that deep, yeah, you got to shoot. So here's Huntington on a 7-0 run. We're under the 3-minute mark of the first half. Beckley back in the zone, which they rarely play. Huntington trying to find a weak spot in that zone. That three is going to be in and out, and Redfern skies high for the rebound. What a job by Redfern as Crawford missed that three. Nice hustle play by Clark to tip the ball from Redfern from behind. Here's a three in the corner. It's too strong. Battle for the rebound. Clary had it, but then right there's Chandler with it. Here's a three. That's way off, and Redfern will get the rebound for Beckley. Redfern bounce pass. Hawthorne has his shot swatted. And around the horn they go. Preston Clary for threes, too strong. And the rebound to Crawford. Beckley's gone cold here since they were up 25-19.
And the thing, though, they still keep giving 2 and 3 shots to Huntington each possession. And that's going to come back to bite you.
Here's Johnson, 15-footer from the left elbow, in and out, no good. And like you said, Eric, Huntington just beating Beckley to the loose ball.
Where they are letting them play.
And there's a foul on the floor on the drive, as that will be Clark on the drive, and he'll get fouled. That'll be a Beckley foul.
As soon as I say they're letting them play, they call
well, there's a foul, and
yeah.
And that foul will be on Kobe Dillon.
That'll be his second.
That's right. So Dillon's got 2, and Walton has got 2 for Beckley. They get the ball into the lane.
Fitzwater was almost close to taking a charge right there, maybe if he'd have fallen.
Here's Johnson with it. And Chandler travels. So Huntington turns it over. And Beckley, they've been stuck on 25, but, Eric, a chance this possession to regain the lead.
Yeah, they've been stuck on 25 for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
3 possessions.
Beckley scored 17 in the first quarter. They only scored 8 in this quarter. Redfern to the basket and lays it up and in. Beckley back out in front. That stopped the 7-0 Huntington run. Right down the lane is Clark with the finish.
Clark with 7 points in this quarter.
Fitzwater on the other end puts the short shot up. He missed a bunny. I mean, he was wide open, and Fitzwater couldn't finish, but Beckley able to maintain the possession. Hawthorne for 3, that's too strong. Long rebound out to Clark. Huntington on the move, 2-on-2, and I think Hawthorne got away with another foul there.
Well, I think that was a good no call because I think he was able to just beat him to the spot right here if you look.
I thought his feet got tangled up, and maybe not.
No, I just think that was a good no call.
So Huntington will maintain the possession.
44 seconds to go.
Nice spin into the lane. Clark's shot will miss, but look at that rebound up inside. The putback won't go. And here's Beckley with a chance to regain the lead. Redfern, 15-footer is short. Battle for the loose ball. Huntington's got it. Will they hold it for the last shot? Probably not. Down the lane, into the lane, and the shot's no good. The tip is no good. I thought those were really quick shots for Huntington.
Yeah.
And now Beckley will hold it for the final shot of the half.
Yeah, if you're Beckley, you can hold it and get in the halftime maybe with the lead or within shouting distance at 1.
3 seconds left. Beckley, will they get a shot off? They won't. That won't count if it goes, and it doesn't go. And at the break, Huntington will lead by 1. It's Huntington 28, Beckley 27. We'll take a break, come back, recap right after this here on Video Productions.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but
Brian moves!
Incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
And we welcome you back to Beckley at the break. Huntington is up 1 on Beckley, 28-27. We're going to recap the first half. Recapping the first half is brought to you by the fine folks at Indoor Air. Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Raleigh County and throughout the great state of West Virginia. For all your heating and cooling needs, you can dial up Indoor Air, your Amana dealer, at 304-890-2212. Also, recap of the first half is brought to you in part by Infinity Co. Infinity Co. offers no premium, no deductible health insurance, and a dental and vision coverage. They also offer company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. Well, great game, 28-27. Huntington leads at the break. Huntington scored the first 3. Beckley got the next 8. Then it kind of went nip and tuck. Beckley had a 6-point lead at 17-11, and the quarter ended at 17-14. Into the second half, Beckley expanded that lead to 21-16, got 22-19, and Beckley was up 25-19, and then Huntington went on a 7-0 run to get the lead at 26-25, and then back and forth we went, and at the break, Huntington leads by 1, 28-27. We're going to take our Massey Power Sports halftime break. When we come back, Eric will go inside the numbers of the first half, and we'll do it coming back on the other end of the break here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance. We've got your back office.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center as Huntington has a 1-point lead on Beckley here at the break, 28-27. We're going to go inside the numbers, and inside the numbers brought to you by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel with locations in Beckley and Princeton. And also inside the numbers are brought to you by Modley's Plumbing and Heating, 304-253-HELP. You never know when you're going to need that plumber, and boy, when you need one, you need to know the right number, 304-253-HELP for Modley's. Huntington up 1 for the numbers. Here's Eric.
Yeah, Huntington up 1, and Beckley incorporated, a little bit of zone in that second quarter, which I thought Huntington adjusted too well, but I think Beckley's game plan is to make Huntington shoot, from distance, and right now they're answering the bell as they've knocked down 4 3-pointers in that first half. And they've gone to the free throw line, and they're only twice, but they're 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And leading Huntington in the first half, Maris, is Tavion Chandler with 12 points, and Jaden Clark with 7, Michael Johnson with 5, and 2 players, Tavion Wilson and Avante Crawford with 2 points each. For Beckley, they're 1 of 3 at the free throw line on the evening, and they're being led in scoring by Nazir King. Nazir King, who was inserted into the starting lineup, has 8 points, and Kobe Dillon has 8 as well, as he's not had a chance to knock down 2 3-pointers. Zion Hawthorne is right on their heels with 7 points, and if Beckley can find a way, to keep sharing the basketball Elijah Redfern only has 4 points, but he's probably assisted on at least 5 or 6 of those buckets by everyone that's the leading scorers for Beckley right now.
Yeah, Beckley's biggest lead was by 6 on 2 different occasions, 17-11 in the first quarter and then 25-19 in the second. Huntington's biggest lead was 3 when they hit the first 3 ball to start the game. So at the break, it's a 1-point Huntington lead, 28-27. We'll take our final Massey Power Sports halftime break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half, streaming live here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford. Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at MidstateFordWV.com.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Hey, grab me one too.
Ready to start the second half. Huntington has the possession. So, Eric, Huntington with the ball up 1 for Huntington to win the game here. Second half, what do you think they got to do?
I think continue to knock down a 3 as you see Beckley opening up with this zone. And they did a good job in the first half, but continue to shoot it well from distance.
And if you're Beckley, for them to rally, being down 1 to win this game, what will they need to do?
Rebound, rebound, rebound.
As we start the first possession of the second half, this 3-point lead equals the largest lead for Huntington as Chandler able to knock a shot down in the lane.
And that's Chandler's 14th point. He's really came to play.
Walton a little strong. Redfern with the rebound as Crawford mistimed his jump. And Beckley will have a second crack at it for their first possession.
And now look like Huntington's going to give Beckley a little taste of its medicine. Is that the 1-3-1?
Walton will draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, way to attack if you're Walton. You can't be passive against a zone and get to the free throw line, as Jalen Walton is yet to score in this game.
And that's the one thing, I think, when you look at Beckley, and maybe one of the reasons why they're a game under 500, they've just been so inconsistent over the whole year as Walton misses a free throw. And the game, Eric, I think this game's going to be tight all the way down to the end. That's why free throws in any game, especially these close games, really are important.
Yeah, definitely. And as Walton gets one of two. And so that makes Beckley 2 of 5 on the evening, and they're down 2. So every little point counts in a game such as this. Hey, you know, funny how times in basketball has changed. When another open 3, another open look, 4.
And doesn't go, and Beckley with the rebound.
I'll get back to my thing.
We'll get here in a
this.
minute. Beckley with the chance to tie or take the lead again. Kobe Dillon on the drive. Redfern thought about the 3, puts it on the deck, tacks the basket, up and under, and scores. Nice move by Elijah Redfern to get the game even at 30.
Yeah, I like him not settling for the open shot in attacking the seams of the defense. But, Maris, getting back to what I was going to state after Johnson knocks this 3 down.
Well, but an offensive rebound, what you said, for Beckley to win, they can't have that happen as Crawford skies among everybody for the putback.
And, yeah, Crawford just head and shoulders above everyone on the rebound. But when did you think you'd ever see a Huntington-Beckley game?
Both teams playing zone.
Playing zone.
Yeah.
I mean, write that down.
In 2024,
2024,
right?
both teams playing zone.
You know when they played zone back in the 60s?
Yeah. Hey, but hats off to both coaches as Kobe has ran off the three-point line again.
Kobe Dillon. Yeah, you got to do – you have to do what you have to do to win. There's a Redfern on the drive, bumping his way in. Hawthorne will dial it up for 3. It's going to be short. I could tell when he shot it. And here's Huntington on a run out. Chandler on the move. A lot of contact. It's going to be the 3rd personal foul on Kobe Dillon.
Yeah, that's
and now,
a big foul. That's 3 on Kobe.
It's a huge foul. That's what I say. Now Coach Kidd has got a big decision to make. Yeah. Will he leave Kobe Dillon on the floor with 3 personal fouls?
Yeah, I think you have to leave Kobe Dillon in. And he just has to be smart enough not to pick up that 4th foul.
Here's a drive for Huntington. Good defense. Beckley cuts it off. Chandler dribbled the ball off his foot. Redfern tacks the basket, puts up the shot too strong. And Johnson back the other way. And Kobe Dillon has to be careful. He almost got his 4th foul there. That 3 is short.
Yeah, that was close to being.
Redfern into the lane and a finish with the left hand to tie the game. That's nice open floor job by Redfern to tack the basket and lay it in.
And run in spots, and that's one thing for the taking. And big possession here.
So Huntington back in front. Back and forth we've gone. Beckley's biggest lead has been 6 on a couple occasions. Huntington's biggest lead's been 3. Kobe Dillon open for 3, and it's short. He was maybe too wide open. And back the other way comes Huntington.
So think about both of the buckets for Huntington in this quarter have been put back.
Offensive rebounds. Chandler's had a big game, and they strip him. Ball's loose, but goes right to Clark. Johnson down the lane. There's a blocking foul on Redfern. The basket will not count. The ball did go in, but that will be the 2nd team foul on Beckley and the 2nd personal foul on Elijah Redfern.
Yeah, and a good attack by Michael Johnson right there. We caught the defense shifting in that zone, and he's able to find a crease and get bodied and pick up a foul on Redfern. Ooh, pretty close to a travel.
Chandler 3 doesn't go. Hawthorne gets the rebound for Beckley. And there's a reach-in foul on Crawford. So now the team fouls are evened at 2 apiece as Crawford gets whistle for his 2nd personal foul. Beckley with a chance to tie or regain the lead on this possession. Set a ball screen for Hawthorne.
Missed on the slip right there. Missed the.
Redfern tacks the basket, lays it up and in. That's very easy. Too easy if you're Huntington on the defenses. Great job by Redfern, able to see it, attack it, and lay it up and in.
Yeah, and a good job here by Huntington just creating open looks.
Offensive rebound again on a missed Johnson 3, and that's Wilson with the putback.
Getting killed on the glass. It's Tavion Wilson. Could have been a foul right there on the putback as well.
Walton into the lane, leans in. He's got bailed out, and they count it.
And that's going to be on Tavion Chandler.
Yeah, watch
little
the play
WWE.
There. And what I mean being bailed out, it looked like Walton was stumbling and falling to the ground. And then the foul was committed by Chandler. for Beckley to take the lead if Walton can polish off the three-point play.
Yeah, that was some head-to-head combat right there, and this is Walton's third attempt at the free throw line.
So got a new player. We'll check into the ball game right here for Huntington.
What? I told you. Oh, okay. Max Bobrin.
As the free throw is good, and Beckley now regains the lead.
But until Beckley
doesn't get it, and that time King clears the rebound.
Well, you need to watch Michael Johnson. He does not give up. He almost got a steal, snuck in there and got.
Floater for Kobe Dillon, and the doesn't go. The tip won't go. Battle for the loose ball, and Huntington comes out of there with it.
They have numbers here.
Nice hustle by Kobe Dillon.
Kobe Dillon getting back to the paint. His hair on fire right there. Ran like his hair was on fire. I thought that was a layup.
He was running like his mama was chasing him. Right.
That was great hustle.
Because if he doesn't hustle back in, Huntington probably gets a layup out of that.
Maybe a slam. Maybe the kind of layup that infuses the team. Oh, Dillon hand in a cookie jar almost.
So Huntington trying to regain the lead with this possession. Back and forth we've gone in this second half. Like I said, Beckley's led by 6 on a couple occasions. Huntington's led as many as 3 on a couple occasions.
Need to help Elijah right here, Redfern, when Johnson, because him and Kobe both, Elijah has 2 and Kobe has 3.
Talking about Kobe Dillon and Elijah Redfern. Huntington being very patient on this possession. Johnson on the drive, right to the basket, puts up the shot and banks it up and in.
That was a tough make. And a much-needed bucket as Beckley turns it over.
On that last bucket, Eric, it looked like Johnson like a playground move. He just lowered his shoulder. He's like, I'm getting into the paint. Watch it. I'm getting into paint. I don't care. And he puts a
nice kiss off
the glass.
Yeah.
And he does that all under control. I mean, I don't think that was a lucky shot or a wild shot.
No.
I think he was very under control when he done that. So now here's Huntington, the final minute and a half of the third with the ball and up 1. Huntington entered this game winners of 3 in a row and 5 of their last 6. Beckley's lost 2 in a row, and now they've got to travel. That was good defense.
And the help defense by Nazir King right there really induced that travel because he came off of his man and, poked at the basketball. And
So here's Beckley with a chance to regain the lead on this possession. Redfern off a ball screen. Shaking and baking. They cut him off going to the basket. Walton on the baseline. Under a minute for the third. Redfern into the lane, in between 2 defenders. He lays it up and in. Beckley back on top. What a tremendous play that was by Elijah Redfern. Here's Clark for the lead. He can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, as you talked about, Eric, and it doesn't go, but he'll draw the foul, and that'll be Wilson getting to the free throw line.
This will be Tavion Wilson's first shots at the free throw line, and I think they're going to get Zion Hawthorne on the foul. But once again, the defensive glass for Beckley has been terrible, but the offensive glass is working just fine for Huntington as they tie the game up.
Yeah, we don't have that stat, but I would guess, and I think you'd agree that Huntington, as he makes 1 of 2 the game's tied, that Huntington has probably got double digits in offensive rebounds.
Well, just in this game, in this quarter alone, 4 possessions, 2 shots, so that's what, 4? That's 4 extra shots. So in the quarter.
So Beckley's going to hold it for the final shot of the third. They've spread Huntington out in the final 20 seconds. And though, Eric, even though this quarter has come down in scoring, it's still been an exciting game.
It's a high-level game. Both of these teams see what's at stake right now. And you got to figure out a way to get
Hawthorne for the lead. I think that ball was partially blocked, but it doesn't matter as he drains a 3. And at the end of the third quarter, Beckley will take a 3-point lead with him to the fourth. After 3, it's Beckley 42. Huntington 39. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this here on Video Productions.
Bank, where you can purchase.
What do you think on that layup? It looked like Walton may have traveled.
He did travel. He walked. He looked like he called AAA. But this is a big juncture in the game. And as you're right, Eric, that Beckley needs distance if they're going to hang on. Nice drive into the lane.
That's a charge.
It's an offensive foul. You are correct.
Yeah, King again stepping in there and taking one in the chops.
Right now, Beckley may be taking control of the game, but you're right on that last Walton bucket. I think everybody, because he was so far ahead of the pack, no one thought, but I think he did.
He looked like he was on the fly pattern.
He looked like AAA. I'm traveling somewhere. All right. The crowd getting into it. Beckley with the ball on a 7-0 run. Leads by 7.
Reset the offense right here, and I think play like you have the lead here. Good coaching on both sides, but I'm going to play like they got the lead.
Well, yeah, and there's a 5-second turnover. I'm going to say you can be aggressive, but if it's not there, you can pull it back out, and that's just a terrible turnover.
Yeah, and it was great defense because Michael Johnson came above the timeline, and Redfern was not able to reset. So let's mark that possession down. That's what the 5:49 mark of the quarter.
Yeah, and Huntington yet to score here in this quarter. We played over 2 minutes. Johnson shaking and baking, attacks the basket. He missed the shot. The long rebound comes out, and guess who's got it? Huntington. And there's a foul on King, and that you got to call that foul, even though King didn't mean to foul him. But a lot of times you don't mean to foul somebody. That doesn't mean you don't call it. But obviously that was a foul on King.
Bad news is it was a foul, but the good news is it's only King's first. And we said, he's kind of foul prone.
But Huntington now, they've had a lid on the basket for him. They get the ball down low, and they finally break the 7-0 run. Is Crawford able to score? That's a much-needed hoop for Huntington. Coming up on 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Redfern shaking and baking into the lane, puts up the short shot. It goes. Elijah Redfern. The lead back to 7 equals the largest lead of the game.
Now it comes down to getting stopped, being gritty. Get some gritty defensive stops if you're Beckley. And once again, I still think the game comes down to defensive rebound, keeping Huntington off the glass if you can force a tough look.
Huntington being very patient on this possession, trying to get the ball in the post. There's a 3 that's going to be short. I could tell the minute it was shot, but guess what? Offensive rebound. Beckley may have gotten away with the fouls. Wilson puts it back up and in.
Offensive rebound. Once again, 2 Beckley players going for it, and you like the aggression on the glass, but Huntington was Johnny on the spot with an easy layup.
Redfern attacks the basket, goes right to the hoop with the left hand and finishes. Elijah Redfern taking over here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he has 16 points with 12 of them coming here in the second half.
But if you're Huntington, you just can't keep trading baskets with Beckley. We're under 4 minutes for the game. Beckley up 7. Beckley hit a 3 right before the end of the third to go up 3, and then they scored the first bucket to start the quarter. Here's Wilson with it. Down low, reverse layup is good. Crawford again.
Crawford scored every point in the quarter for Huntington here.
But I think if you're Huntington, you're going to have to try to get the ball out of the hands of Elijah Redfern. Attacks the basket, puts the shot up, partially blocked. That was a good defensive play by Huntington. Johnson down the lane. Johnson to the basket, lays it up and in.
And that's just too easy. A straight line drive to the basket. You have to stop the basketball. And just like that, down to 3, and this is a good timeout.
Yeah, we'll keep it here. And here's the thing, too, Eric, and I was thinking this, you're right. If Johnson's going down the floor.
Part of like the Red Sea.
Well, but Beckley only had 2 fouls. Even if you just reach out and grab him and foul him and make him take it out of bounds, that's better than letting him get all the way to the 10 and lay it up and in.
Yeah, I mean, as good a defense as they played the last 3 possessions, you can't give up a straight line drive to the basket because you had a chance to make them play set offense, which they've struggled with a little bit, and you gave them an easy bucket, and now this is the biggest possession of the contest right here.
Yeah, and you're right. And with crunch time, with 3:12 left in the game,
and Huntington's only has 1 team foul.
And Beckley too. I was going to say, you got to be strong with the ball.
You have
to because I think if you're Huntington, you've got to take some chances. I know it's only 1 possession, But you've got to get the ball out of Elijah Redfern's hand. You cannot allow Redfern to drive to the basket the way he has been.
And he has to have faith in Elijah Redfern and the other players too, because you don't want to monopolize the basketball. But on these drives, I think Kobe Dillon can find a spot, because they're going to be focused on Redfern. They're going to collapse, be able to knock down him or Hawthorne.
Or lay the ball down to Walton for a layup.
Yeah.
But I think if you're Huntington, you've got to find a way to get the ball out of Elijah Redfern's hand. Now, out of the timeout, Beckley will have the ball side out. They'll put the ball in play. It's a one-possession game, 3-point lead. Beckley led by 3 at the end of the quarter, 17-14. Huntington led by 1 at the break, 28-27. Hawthorne hit a 3 just ahead of the buzzer to end the third to give Beckley a 3-point lead, 42-39 going into the fourth. And it's now 50-47 with 3:12 remaining here in regulation.
Yeah, and what's let's lay it out like this, Maris. The 3 that ended the quarter is the difference of the game right now.
Right now, that's true, right.
Now, with 3:12 left, you got to win the last 3 minutes of this contest, because you're leading the game 8-6, the quarter 8-6.
There's Redfern into the lane, down low to Walton, just like I said, up and in.
Just like you drew it up.
Yep, I could see that happening, and the lead's back to 5.
But here, dig deep, grit. Got to have some grit. You know why I keep saying grit? Because
Johnson
that's
attacks
a foul.
And counted. If it goes, and it's fouled.
That's a good call.
You know, and I was surprised, though, that time.
And take your pick. You got to grab him here. If you're going to reach in right there, you got to grab the basketball and not allow him to cut it to 2 with this free throw.
Eric, were you surprised Beckley went man-to-man on that possession?
Yes.
Because it let Johnson be able to go right to the cup.
Yeah, straight line.
And the free throw is good. And now it's a 2-point game. A lot of time left, 2:47 and counting. Beckley with the 2-point lead. Beckley's led this whole fourth quarter. And if you're Huntington, that's what you got to do. You got to get the ball out of the hands of Redfern.
You know, and this is a good strategy by Huntington. They have Jalen Clark on Kobe Dillon, and he is not leaving him on the drive. So what you can do is
inside Walton, up between 2 players, shot doesn't go, but on the tip, Walton will draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, but that's a good foul by Huntington, because Walton had a tough look at it. And
yeah, there's the tip as he just hit the front of the rim. He'll draw the foul and shoot 2. That's only the first foul on Johnson, only the second team foul on Huntington of the quarter. Walton at the line, first free throw is no good.
This is a must-make, to keep it. It's already a one-possession game, but you want to make them have to make a 3 to tie it.
Walton makes 1 of 2, the lead back to 3, which what it was a minute ago, coming up on the 2-minute mark of the ball game. Johnson shaking and baking, tough shot on a fall away, and he makes it. What a shot by Johnson. Cuts the lead to 1. Redfern on the drive. Redfern into the lane. They double team him. They cut him off. And Beckley, for a minute, I thought they turned it over and the ball goes out of bounds off of Huntington. It'll stay with Beckley. 1-point Beckley lead.
It's getting nervous time in the old and the Civic Center, Raleigh County Civic Center right here, because 1:49 to go. Possessions. Key.
Beckley with 3 team fouls. Huntington with 2. If you're Beckley, got to take care of the ball here.
And if you're Beckley, you don't have to take a shot.
Right. But if
you have timeouts.
But if you do take a shot, you got to make sure it's a good shot. Redfern on the drive. Redfern into the lane. Down low to King. He's blocked from behind and draws the foul, and King will get to the line. That's a good play for Beckley, because if you're penetrating into the lane, you're not going to let Elijah Redfern beat you. So watch the replay for Huntington. And a nice job by Elijah Redfern to drop it down low to King, and King goes up strong and draws the foul.
Yeah, but the good news is a foul. The bad news is King is 0 for 1 at the free throw line.
First free throw is no good.
That's why right here, 2 people rebound.
Second free throw on its way. He got 1 of 2, and Beckley's lead is 2 as we have a timeout on the floor. Beckley up 2, 54-52. This is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. So, Eric, now Huntington, they can tie with the 2. They can take the lead with the 3.
Yeah, and I think if you're Beckley, go back to that zone and really I'll take my chances with them shooting a 3 to take the lead, because you got to cut off straight line drives by Michael Johnson. The last 3 possessions have really, because he scored their last 7 points.
Yeah, and you're right. You can't let Johnson, you can't go man-to-man and let him penetrate into the lane, because even if he doesn't shoot, he could do what Redfern just did, lay it down to one of their bigs.
And think about this. He scored their last 7 in this fashion. He had the straight line drive, when Beckley looked like they were going to, it was 55 to 49. He cuts it to 4. Then he comes back and he gets an and one on a nice drive. And then
he hit that fall away.
Yeah. So he's a bucket maker. So what you have to do is, but they have everyone on all 5 players on the court right now are shot makers, and Beckley's come out in. Is this a 1-3-1?
Looks like it's going to be a zone. That's what they'll do.
Yeah. It's a 1-3-1.
Here's a shot from the corner for the lead. It's short. Offensive rebound, goes back up. Chandler, he couldn't get it to go. Another offensive rebound. Wilson back up and ties the game. As you talked about, Eric, dominance on the offensive glass, and now we're all even coming up here on the final 1:10 in regulation. Each team with 3 team fouls. Coming up on the final minute here in regulation. Game tied.
Well, you have to be strong with the basketball here.
And, Eric, if you're Beckley, like you said, you don't have to shoot. You can call a timeout. You can hold it for the final shot. You may not. If you get something better, you won't, but you don't have to be in any hurry to shoot. Redfern on the drive. They cut him off. Ball's kicked. That's what I'm saying. With 41 seconds to go, Beckley doesn't have to be in any hurry whatsoever. If it's not there, pull the ball back out.
Correct.
If you're Beckley, you just don't want to force nothing.
You don't want to force anything. You don't want to take anything, but unless it's a layup, really.
And if you're Huntington, you got a foul to give. If you get beat off the dribble, you can foul. Hawthorne with it. Final 40 seconds of regulation. They're trying to get the ball to Redfern as Hawthorne comes off a screen, and Beckley will call a timeout. For a minute, I thought they were going to call an illegal pick.
Yeah, me too. I thought on the rub right there, and this is a good timeout.
It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them, be right back, tied at 54. 34 seconds for the game right here on Video Productions.
State Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford. Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
Well, everybody getting their money's worth. It's here, and we appreciate everybody watching here on Video Productions. Tied at 54 in regulation, 34.3 for the game. It'll be Beckley's ball side out. Walton will put it in play. The foul situation is each team has 3 team fouls. So Huntington, Eric, does have a foul to give if Beckley beats them off the dribble.
Yeah, and you got to find a way to get it into Elijah Redfern's hand.
And he's got the ball. And I think if you're Beckley, you hold it for the final shot to win the game.
This is good on good right here.
Yeah, it's Johnson on Redfern, and I think that's what Beckley might be doing. They're in a weave. We'll let you watch it and just let it unfold. Redfern on the drive. They got to go now with 10 seconds left.
Got to go. Timeout.
And they'll take a timeout with 8.5 seconds. We'll keep it here. So strategy for Beckley is what I thought it might be, Eric. They'll run the clock down. Thought maybe a little too far down, because now when you get the ball in, you got to go.
Yeah, here's what I do. I maybe use Redfern as a decoy. Maybe fake it to him, get it to Hawthorne. Hawthorne can get into the paint and another easy dump off to Walton.
And if I'm Huntington, I'm telling them, look, we got a foul to give. We can't foul in the act of shooting. Anything on the dribble that they get by us, you reach out and foul.
And grab them.
You make them.
You
take
don't want it to be a grab.
No, you want to make a play on
the ball.
Because you might even actually foul them and knock the ball loose, and they don't call a foul, and you might be running off to the races. So, but the big thing, you got to get the ball in. But if you're Beckley, Eric, and they throw the ball into the backcourt like they did the last time, you got to go.
Yeah.
You got 8.5 seconds to go.
Yeah, because you're going to lose 2 seconds.
2 seconds
getting it up.
getting the ball across the midcourt stripe. So if Huntington can force the ball into the backcourt, if you're Beckley, you got to go. So it'll be Walton to trigger the ball in play right in front of the Beckley bench, side out. Tie game, 8.5 for regulation.
Boy, this is worth the price of admission right here.
Beckley with a chance to win the game. And they get the ball to Kobe Dillon. He'll drive on the baseline. He shot his block, and he draws a foul. And he may have got away with a walk, but nevertheless, he'll get on as we watch the replay.
This is a travel, I think. Nope. He stepped through, not a travel.
And there's nobody that Beckley would rather have at the line than Kobe Dillon.
Yeah, but I still put some rebounders here.
Well, I think they will.
Why? To pressure the ball in case.
And they're going to. But Kobe Dillon, we saw Beckley down 3 in a game earlier this year, and he made all 3. And, like you said, it cools the other side of the pillar. So if you're Beckley, that's definitely who you want at the line, Kobe Dillon.
Yeah, but this is tough shots here.
For the lead, no problem. Kobe Dillon makes the first of 2. And if you're Beckley, you can
got
foul.
Fouls.
You got a foul to give.
You got 1 foul to give on the make.
And if I'm Huntington, I wouldn't call a timeout. I just get it in. He makes them both. Beckley up 2. Huntington calls the timeout now. But I think if I was Huntington, I would just go with it. We'll keep it here. Because now it's a 30-second timeout. But now Beckley has a foul to give as Kobe Dillon draws the foul, and he'll get to the line. And he got to the line. And he made them both with no problem.
Yeah, and that put him in double figures. And Kobe Dillon pretty much shut out in the second half as far as scoring. But what he brings to the table, such an underrated defensive player. Does all the small things, gets a lot of deflections, a lot of, does that dirty defensive work, so to speak.
Well, here's the thing with 4.6, when the ball comes in, I don't think you have to foul right away. You got to make them dribble the ball. You don't want them to pass the ball up the half court if you're Beckley. You want to make them dribble, maybe take a second or 2 off the clock and then foul.
Yep.
But if you're Huntington, if you can get the ball on a pass to midcourt.
But you have to understand, you just got a quick whistle here. You're going to get the same treatment on the other end. So knowing the act of shooting, you have to really, and you can't leave the three-point shooters. We have Tavion Chandler's made 2.
Here we go. Ball into Johnson. Beckley doesn't foul, and they call a timeout with 1.8.
Oh, but now if you're Beckley, you like that. As soon as they get it in, you can foul.
Yeah, I'm surprised Beckley didn't foul right there, but you're right, because I don't think that's what they thought Huntington was going to do. And did Huntington have that timeout? They've called a lot of them. I saw the official over there talking to the scores table. That might be the last timeout. No, they put time back on the clock, Eric, 2.1. That's what was the discussion. So 2.1, that gives, you said, you got to foul immediately, because that does give Huntington enough time to get the ball in, shoot a shot, and a putback.
And you have to do what Huntington forced Beckley to do. Throw it to someone other than Johnson. Because no disrespect to any other Huntington player, he has a burst. And it's going to be hard to foul that kid.
Right. Well, I agree with you.
He's going to get a shot off.
And here's the thing. I think if you're Huntington, you probably don't have any more timeouts left. 2.1. You got to get the ball in. Whoever you get the ball into, that's who's got to shoot it.
Yeah.
So Beckley's not going to put a defender on the ball, as it'll be, let's say, Crawford's going to put it in play.
I don't agree with that, because it's going to come back to zoning.
Here we go. They're going for the lob. Johnson puts it up, doesn't go. Game's over. Beckley wins. That was a nice design play as they try to go for the lob and a putback, and Beckley is able to hold off Huntington and win a thriller. Beckley 56, Huntington 54. Beckley will snap a 2-game losing streak. They'll get the 500. They'll go 6-6. And Huntington, they had won 3 in a row, and now they'll fall to 7-5 as their 3-game winning streak is over. Wow, we got to get our breath. We'll come back, we'll recap, and we'll do it on the other end of the break coming up on the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show up next here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Offering a variety of primary care services, Access Health specializes in women's health, pediatrics, family practice, adult medicine, and behavioral health. Our staff offers quality personal care with exceptional service and innovative technology to keep you and your family well. Access Health, we're your medical home.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
And we welcome you to the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Wow, we got to get our breath on that one. And we saved the best game for last. This was the 3rd game of the day. We had a Tech women's game, a Tech men's game, and now a fabulous finish as Beckley's able to hold on and all the way down to the final shot as Beckley beats Huntington 56-54. With the win for Beckley, they're now right at 500. They are 6-6. And Huntington's 3-game losing streak is a 3-game winning streak rather is snapped, and Huntington will be 7-5. Huntington scored the first 3 points of the game, went up 3-0. Beckley then went on an 8-0 run to go up 8-3. Back and forth they went, and then Huntington had a 6-point lead at the end of near the end of the first quarter, 17-11. They ended the quarter with a 3-point lead at 17-14. Into the second quarter, Beckley led 25-19. Then Huntington went on a 7-0 run to regain the lead, 26-25, and Huntington led by 1, 28-27 at the break. Back and forth we went to the third quarter. It was tied, and just ahead of the third quarter buzzer, perhaps the biggest bucket of the game, was Zion Hawthorne hit a 3 to lift Beckley to a 42-39 lead going into the fourth quarter. And, Eric, that's the lead that Beckley would not give up. Beckley was tied a couple times, but they never gave up the lead in the fourth quarter, and Beckley hangs on to beat Huntington 56-54. Your scoring recap brought to you by Edward Jones, your financial advisor. Edward Jones, you can dial up Heather Cantley at 304-254-9995. And also your scoring recap brought to you by Leisure Lanes. They're having Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday, February the 10th. From 10 o'clock to midnight, $17 a person, $32 a couple. You can call Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328 for more information. We'll take a final break. When we come back, Eric will go inside the numbers, and we'll do it on the other end of the break as Beckley wins the thriller. They beat Huntington 56-54. We're back right after this on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
And we welcome you back into the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Easy for me to say. I've been here all day, and this was the final game of 3 games we had here this afternoon, here into the evening, and Beckley wins a thriller. We saved the best for last, a 56-54 victory. And we're going to go inside the numbers, and inside the numbers of this thrilling Beckley victory is brought to you by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company offers you no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. That's the good folks of United Coal and Infinity Coal Company. Also, the game brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. And there comes times when you need a plumber, you don't know what to do. Here's what you need to do. You dial 304-253-HELP, and they'll be up to help you. So they got help in their number, and that's what they do. They help. Well, Eric, you have all the numbers of this thrilling Beckley victory.
Yeah, so the numbers I'm going to give you are goals made, and this is how even this game was, Maris. 17 twos by Beckley, 18 twos by Huntington. 5 threes by Beckley, 4 threes by Huntington. But here's the kicker. When I told you guys at halftime that it would all even out, Huntington did not make a 3 in the second half, not one. So they went goose egg for whatever, and that zone paid off. But the free throw line, Beckley's usually a good free throw shooting team, but they made 6 of 12 from the line, and some of them late. But they shot their best in the fourth quarter where they were they took 5 and made 4.
And none bigger than the 2 Kobe Dillon made to seal the win.
And those 2 free throws. But here the balance was great. Elijah Redfern didn't force himself offensively, and he got everyone involved early. But he late came up big in the third and fourth quarter. He finished with 16. Jalen Walton didn't score a point in the first half. Finished with 11. All 11 coming in the decisive third and fourth quarter. And then you had Zy Hawthorne, which I thought played a complete 4 game, had 10 points. And knocking on double figures scoring who was just inserted into the lineup was Nazir King. And we talked about this during the commercial break. I thought he brought a toughness to the offense and the defense, and it made Huntington really worked.
And, Eric, I think because he's a senior, he brings that experience, that little bit. I think Preston Clary's going to be okay because he's a much younger player. But because King is 2 years older, the experience, like you said, the toughness, I think that's the difference.
And that's what you needed in this game. This game was not for the weak. I was over here, nervous and calling the game. But it was a good win. And we need to talk about this Huntington team who had won how many straight?
They had won 3 in a row, 5 out of 6 before this loss here today.
Okay, balance. And I'm telling you, Michael Johnson and Avante Crawford, you won't find two guys as athletic as those two in the state. And Johnson finished with 14 and almost willed his team to victory late in the fourth. Tavion Chandler had 14, but Beckley did a great defensive job on him because he scored 12 of his 14 in the first half.
Yeah, and, this is a matchup we could see later on down the road in Charleston at the state tournament.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of other teams.
A lot of basketball.
Well, a lot of basketball to be played. A lot of other teams will have something to say about that, but it is a game that we could potentially see on down the road.
That's right, and you know what? It will be worth the price of admission if both of these teams can get to the state tournament.
All right, Eric, before we wrap it up, your final take of this thrilling Beckley win.
A gutsy Beckley win, and I still think that rebounding could have came back and bit them today, but they found a way late, to get to secure a few boards. But if they can shore that up, this is a tough win. And we see what they have to play in the 60s, 50s, 60s. This is the type of team that they are, pick running spots. But I think that they can really turn the season around.
Well, it was a great win, and, of course, this was the third game of 3. We had a Tech women's game against Southeast Indiana. Southeast Indiana won the women's game 70-60. The men's game goes to Tech over Southeast Indiana by 90-75. And we wrap this up. Final score, Beckley beats Huntington 56-54. For our entire crew here of Video Productions, for Jackie Moon on camera all day, great job. As always, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and director. From my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. Beckley beats Huntington 56-54. Good night, everybody.